Hello dear students, welcome to basic mathematics class. In the previous classes I was explained about the integration and the differentiation, and I solved the various problem related to that integration and the differentiation. And I think many of you did not watch the videos of integration. Please watch the videos and update your notebook, and if you get any doubt while solving the problem, you can contact me. Okay, let's move to the next topic. The next topic is the set theory. Okay, here this is a familiar concept to you and very easy topic. So it is very familiar in the earlier school days only you studied about the set theories. Okay, what is set? Here a set is a well defined collection of objects. So here set is nothing but a well defined collection of objects. For example, if we consider the first BCA classroom, so it is, you consider the set, first BCA is a set, then all the 31 member become the elements of that set. Similarly, if you consider the Saint Mary's College SMC as a set, then we all become the member, or the number of courses are there, right? BA, BCom, BCA, MCom, MSW. Okay, then all these courses will become the member of that particular set, and we denote the set with some capital letter. Okay, there are a set of all natural numbers are there, n, or the quotient are there, or rational numbers. Okay, there are different sets notations are there. Okay, here the elements of the set are denoted by using the lower case letters. There are certain rules for representing this particular sets here. So we use the capital letter for indicating the set, and the elements are indicated by the small letters, that is separated by commas. That means if you consider first BCA as the set, then all the elements, that means you are the member, like Ashok, Gaurav, Tarun, right? Then we separate the individuals by using the commas. Okay, then if you want to set to particular elements that belongs to the set, for example Gaurav belongs to first BCA set, then we use this particular notation. Here you can, A belongs to A, here A is the element and capital A is the set. That is similar to the Gaurav is the element and the set name is the first BCA. Gaurav belongs to first BCA. And if someone elements, for example Virat Kohli not belongs to A, then we use this notation. This is the notation for not belongs to. B not belongs to set A. Then there are two methods for representing the sets. That is, we use the roster method, ROSTR, please note some spelling mistake, and tabular form, roster method or the tabular form, or second one is the set builder or the rule form or predicate. Okay, that is the tabular form or the set builder form. Okay, now let us discuss what is this roster method or the tabular form. So in this tabular form or the roster method, we will place all the elements of the set which is separated by commas. So in roster form, all the elements of a set are listed, the elements be separated by commas and are enclosed within the flower bracket. Okay, so this is one of the example A equal to x comma y comma z here. Okay, so this is the way of representing in the tabular form or the roster method, where we are placing all the elements of the sets within the flower bracket and which is separated by commas. Okay, next the set builder form, another way of representing the sets. So in this type of representation, the elements of set possess a single common property which is not possessed by any element outside the set. That means ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸೆಟ್ನ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ elements of the first BCA. So there are the first BCA students, and if you consider the second BCA or final BCA, they will not belong to this particular set, first BCA. Okay, so here consider this example, A is equal to X. Now X has some property, so here we should give the property, that is X is a positive number which divides 20. X is a positive number which divides 20. So that is the single common property. That means the number which divides 20, that is a 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. That's it, right? Then no other elements will come to this particular set. Okay, A is the set of all elements X. So what is the property of the X here? X is nothing but the positive number that divides the 20. So 20 ಅನ್ನು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. Okay, now consider second example, B is equal to X. So what is the property? X belongs to N, that is a positive number. Then X lies between 1 and 20. So X ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಈಗ 1 ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೊ 20 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. Okay, B equal to what is the numbers now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So all these are the elements become the set B. So what here in the set A we have only few numbers, that is a 1. If you consider 1, that 1 divides all the number, right? 1, 2, that divides 20, then 3, no, 4, 5, then 10, then also you can include the 20 also divides the 20. Okay, so these are the two ways of representing the set, roster method and the set builder form. Tabular form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, roster method ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು set builder form. So roster method ಅಲ್ಲಿ we place all the elements, ಆ ಸೆಟ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮಾ ಹಾಕಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದೇ ಸೆಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೂ ವೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ದ set. Okay, now a set which is empty or consists of a infinite number of a set which is empty and it consists of definite number of element is called finite set. ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೌಂಟೇಬಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. set which is empty or which consists of a definite number of elements is called the finite set. Otherwise the set is called infinite. If it is not possible to count the number of element, set ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಂಥ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಇನ್ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ S be the set of months in a year. Is it finite or infinite? Set of all elements of the month in a year. So that is finite, right? That you can give the number notation also, S is equal to 1 to up to 12. It is finite. Next, let B with a set of points in a line. Is it possible to count the number of points in a line? ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟಂತೇಳಿ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದಾ? ನೋ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಇನ್ಫೈನೈಟ್ ಸೆಟ್. Okay, now let's move to the next property, that is inclusion and equality of sets. First let's discuss about the inclusion property. let A and B be any two sets, A ಮತ್ತು B ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಟೂ ಸೆಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡುವ. if every element of A is an element of B, then A is called a subset of B, or A is said to be included in B, or we can call it as B includes A. Is it clear? Consider the two sets A and B. If every element of A is an element of B, A ಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ A is the subset of B, A B ಯ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. or A is included in B, A B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. or B includes A, these are the different wordings. Okay, that can be written symbolically like this: A subset of B, or B includes A. Okay, this is the way of representing A subset of B, because all the elements of A is in B. A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆಗ B includes A ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ set A. A is A, B, C. 3 elements are there. Now set B. B, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Now whether A is a subset of B? Can you find all the elements of A in B? A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟ ನೋಡಿ. Yes, right. Here all the elements of A are in B. A, B, C ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು A ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ ಮೂರು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಈಗ B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Second example, 1 2 3. A set A equal to 1 2 3 and B equal to 3 2 4 5. Can you find all the elements of A in B? A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ B ಯಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ? No, right? So here A contains 1 2 3 and B does not contain the element 1 here. A ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 2 3 ಇದೆ, B ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ 1 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ A is not included in B, or A is not a subset of B. A is not included in B, or A is not a subset of B. Okay, only a set can be included in or can be a subset of another set, while only elements can be member of set. So ನಾವು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎ set can be said that it is a subset of another set. Okay, this is what the inclusion rule. If all the elements of a set is the member of another set, then that set is called included in another set. Okay, now consider one note. For any set A, B, C, if A is the, we have reflexive property. Reflexive property andre that set itself the subset of. Okay, if A is the set, then A is the subset of A, or A includes A, or A included in A. Okay, second one, note A is a subset of B, A B a subset, and B is the subset of C. I repeat, second property ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ A is the subset of B and B is the subset of C. Then we call, that means A is the subset of C. A B a subset. Similarly B A a subset. Sorry, B C a subset. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು A is the subset of C. That property is called transitive property. ಓಕೆ, ಎ ಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು. ಆಗ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಎ ಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಟೂ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎರಡು ಸೆಟ್ ಎ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ? ಇಫ್ A is the subset of B, that is A is included in B and it's reverse. B is a subset of A. A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ is in B and all the elements of B is contained in A, then we call it as A equal to B. A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ A included in B or B includes A, then it's reverse. B included in A or A includes B. If all the element of a set A is the member of B and its reverse, that is all the elements of the set B is the member of set A, then we call that two sets are equal. Okay, consider example A equal to 5 6 7. Similarly B is equal to 5 6 7. Hence A is the subset of B and similarly B is the subset of A. That means all the elements of A is in B and all the elements of B is in A, then we call A equal to B. Now consider here set A equal to another example, set 1 comma 4 2 3, then 3 belongs to A, right? We say that 3 belongs to, member 3 is the element 3 is the member of A and 1 does not belongs to A and 4 does not belongs to A because there is no single 1 and 4. So 1 and 4 is together, it is of set 1. Okay, then we call set 3, that is a subset of A and 1 comma 4 that belongs to A, and this is the subset notation. Okay, that is for your notification. Here the next example is the set A equal to 1 2 3 and B equal to 2 3, that is a set 2 and 3. Here A is not a member of that is subset of B. Similarly B is not a subset of A and we can say that A not equal to B. So reflexive property A equal to A, symmetric property A equal to B, that means B equal to A, and transitive property if A equal to B and B equal to C, that means A equal to C. Okay, so that is the transitive property. Next proper subset. A set A is called proper subset of a set B. ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ A ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಟ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ A included in B and A not equal to B. ಅಂದರೆ ಎ ಬಿ ಯ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಬಟ್ ಅದರ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಬಿ ಎ ಯ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಎ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಂಥ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. that can be written as A proper subset. So this is what the proper subset notation, A proper subset B. So what is the property? Other property ಏನು, A is the subset of B and A not equal to B. Proper subset ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ A B ಯ subset ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು but A not equal to B. Okay, consider this example, A equal to 1 2 3 and B equal to 1 2 3 4. So now you can clearly observe that A is a subset of B because all the element of A is in B. A ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ B ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. So that we can say that A is a subset of B, but A and B are not equal because B is not a subset of A. So that we can say that A is the proper subset. Now consider another example. Here A equal to 1 2 3 4 and B equal to 1 2 3 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ A equal to ಏನಿದೆ 1 2 3 4 ಇದೆ, B also 1 2 3 4 ಇದೆ. So here A equal to B, right? ಇಲ್ಲಿ A equal to B ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. Next, universal set, the familiar term nimge. So a set is called the universal set if it includes every set under discussion. A universal set is denoted by E. For any set A, we can write A is a subset of E. For example, Mangalore University will be called as a universal set for college, because it includes all the students of the all the colleges. Ella college na ella student annu include ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, right? So we all are the member of that universal set, that is a university. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಮೇರೀಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಸಹ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವೊಂದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಐದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ BCA, BCom or BA, ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ college. Okay, now empty set, a set does not contain any element is called empty set. ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪವರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಸೆಟ್ ಎ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ. ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಎ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು, ಪವರ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರಿಟನ್ ಆಸ್ P of A or it is also written as P power A, like that. That is a 2 power A. An example, consider A set A equal to A comma B comma C. Then the power set of A, P of A, ಇದನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೋದು ಒಂದು ಎಂಟಿ ನಲ್ ಸೆಟ್, ಅಥವಾ ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು A, ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ B, ಸಬ್ಸೆಟ್ C, or subset AB, subset AC, subset B C and CA or ABC. Okay, all are the power set because all are the subset, and we collected all the subsets of A, then it will be termed as the power set of A. Okay, this is another example. You can go through all these examples. Okay, next this is the two representation of this particular set builder form ಮತ್ತೆ ರೋಸ್ಟರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಲಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಟ್ ಥಿಯರಿ. ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಮತ್ತು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ದೆನ್ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, then explained about the power set, subset. Okay, in the next class I will explain about some of the operations on set theory. Okay, I will continue in the next class.